Hey friends, Anthony Curlew here, and today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to do a search for expired domain names at GoDaddy auctions. So GoDaddy is one of the largest registrars out there, and so it makes sense that they would be one of the largest sources for expired domain names. And an expired domain name is simply a domain name that someone has chosen not to renew. Now, sometimes maybe they forgot to renew it, but essentially it's a domain name that was not renewed. Somebody was given a chance to renew it, and for whatever reason they did not. And due to how domains are administered, not by GoDaddy, but by a higher authority, they actually have to go to auction before they go back into the public domain. No pun intended on the word domain. So one of the things that a lot of savvy investors do is they go to GoDaddy and they go to other registrars that hold auctions, other sites that hold auctions, and they pick up domain names that they feel may have some value. So I'm going to walk you through kind of my process for how I look for domains at GoDaddy. So I'm going to jump right in. You see the URL is auctions.godaddy.com. So you get there. My name's up here, which means I'm logged in. Once you get there, you will have to log in. I recommend logging in at first. You're going to have to log in to make a purchase. So I figured, hey, why not log in from the get-go? And the other thing you'll see is saved searches. So you can create a search that you want to do. For example, if you want to search on your city every day, you can just come in and type in your city. But there's also different parameters that you can set for your searches. So for example, let's do this. I'll go ahead and add a new search. Let's say that I want to do that search for Phoenix. So we go up here to the keywords. Now keywords, it can be exact match, begins with, or contains. So I'm going to say contains Phoenix. So I'm going to look for domains that contain Phoenix. I'm going to keep the price open. For the type, I'm going to select all because this will give us expiring auctions, public auctions, closeout auctions, which are really, really cool, and just domains that will be offered by anybody. But I want to see everything that's out there that has the word Phoenix in it. Now you go up here and you look at the domain extension. A lot of people think of .com or .net or .org. There are, at this point, hundreds of domain extensions. The most profitable, the most valuable are .coms, so I only recommend starting out with .coms unless you're an expert. If you're an expert, you probably won't be watching my video. You already know what you're doing. So I'm going to click .com, number of characters. You can do an exact count. You can do no more than. I'm actually going to say no more than 20 because I don't want something ridiculously long. Typically, the shorter the better on the domain, but I'll put in 20 characters. You'd be surprised to see how long the domains are. And it says include dashes or digits. I don't like domains with dashes. I don't recommend buying or investing in domain names with dashes. They are popular in other countries from what I understand, but I don't recommend doing that, especially as you're starting out. And the same with digits. Sometimes you'll find domains that are confusing where they'll mix a 1 and an L or a 1 and an I or a 0 and the letter O, and you just don't want to get into those. As you're starting out, you want to buy as premium of a domain as you can afford because premium domains sell better. Domain age I don't worry about, number of bids I don't worry about, traffic I don't worry about. So I'm going to click Save Search. So we'll call this Phoenix Test. And I'll just say 100 rows, sort by domain name. I'm going to sort by price, and I'll tell you why. Add a daily email report. If you want to get an email every day from GoDaddy with this list, you can click that. I prefer not to. So I'm going to click OK. So now I've got, now it's running the search. So now it's listed in my saved searches, but it's run the search. So now let's see what we have here. We have Phoenix, Ruth, Art. That's the first one that came up. And what you'll see is, the reason I said organized by price, this is going to start with the GoDaddy closeouts that you may not be aware of. You probably didn't know that you could buy a domain for $5. Now the caveat is it's $5 for the domain, and then you have to pay to renew it, which will be right around $17 at GoDaddy. So for $22, you can actually get a domain. If you want this domain, Phoenix Ruth Art, and I don't know why you would want it, but if you wanted that, you could pick it up. So I can jump into several things, but I'm gonna talk about a couple things that we can do here. So we can look at a couple things. One is traffic. If you click on if you click on any of these headings, it's going to sort by the heading. So I'm going to click on traffic. Now this is sorting by how much traffic these domains get. So for example, Phoenix Percussion. For those of you who don't know what percussion is, percussion relates to drumming. I'm a musician, so I'm aware of that. So it looks like to me this was a former website that talked about percussion, and it still gets a lot of traffic. So it's got 205 visits. GoDaddy estimates the value at $1,041. And if you wanted to bid on this domain, you can bid $12. And if nobody else bids in 7 days and 20 hours, that domain will be yours. Now, in terms of an investment, I don't see a lot of value there. You'd have to ask yourself, how many people are searching for Phoenix Percussion? That would be more of like a specific domain that you would buy. For example, if you were in the music field in Phoenix and you specialized in, percussion lessons, drum lessons, sales of those things, maybe that would be a good domain for you. The key is most of the domains that you see in here are not going to be valuable domains. So that's what you have to keep in mind. If they were really valuable, somebody would have A, either renewed them, or B, they wouldn't have let them slip through their hands. So I typically search by estimated value. Now keep in mind, estimated value is a loose value. So for example, from my search, the number one domain is phoenixtires.com. Estimated value of $2,144. Do I think it's worth that? I would say very much so. Why? I'm sure people in Phoenix search for tires, and there are other tools that we have that can tell us that. Would I invest in that? Probably not, because I would end up having to try and sell that to somebody that sells tires in Phoenix, and that's kind of not my goal. My goal of buying a domain is buying a domain that people would want. So, and when I say people, I mean business owners. Business owners are going to search for it, they're going to see it's available, and they're going to say, wow, I want this. So I'll give you an example. Several months ago, I was doing a search in Phoenix expired domains, and phoenixbridalshop.com was there. And I said, wow, picked it up. I think I paid probably $20 total. I'm a member of what's called the Discount Domain Club at GoDaddy, which means I get my domains for a lot less because I have a lot of them, and they will reward you for that. So I ended up spending about $20 for that. And to give you an idea of what I mean by a valuable domain that someone else, a business owner, would want, well, within probably less than 2 months, probably to right around a month, somebody actually just bought it. I didn't have to offer it for sale. I acquired it. I relisted it for sale as a premium domain at GoDaddy. Somebody was searching for that domain and they bought it. They paid $395 for it. After GoDaddy's commission, I got about $315. They take a 20% commission. So you can see, to me, that was a good investment, right? I invested $20, and within a month, I got back $315. That's like a 15 times return on your money in a month. That's pretty solid. So can you make money flipping lots of low-end domains? Absolutely. And I know people that do that. But let's look. Let's see if we can find something today. Now before I go here, so I see another one, dentist in Phoenix, and I'm going based on the estimated value, which I think is great. However, the reason I said sort by price, which I'm going to click on now, well, so that's clicking on price, highest to lowest. If you want above phoenix.com, you can buy that for $99,999. But I click that again, and it's going to sort from lowest to highest. Now, what I like about these are the closeouts that we talked about. So these, if I click buy now, I will own phoenixruthart.com. And I don't want that. So let's go and look in the closeouts and see if there's something we can buy. Phoenix PHI. I don't know. And again, when I say I don't know what that means, I don't know every industry, right? And so Phoenix, PHI may mean something to somebody. That may be an amazing deal. And if I did a little research, I may find out what that is. But the goal is, I always say, work in what you know, right? So GPAA Phoenix, not for me. AwesomePhoenixHomes.com. So Awesome Phoenix Homes may sound like a great domain name, but I will say two reasons I don't like it. One is it's very long, and two, people don't search for AwesomePhoenixHomes.com. Now, if you were a real estate agent and you wanted that domain, and you wanted to brand yourself as AwesomePhoenixHomes.com, maybe that's a good domain name for you, but again, not valuable to me. Phoenix Treasures LLC. Now that sounds like a business, maybe a business that went out. Not interested in it. Home Health Phoenix. Now that's interesting. I happen to know that the home health industry is quite lucrative because I had a client in that field. So I think I like this one. I'm not going to buy it right now, but I like it. I see GoDaddy has an estimated value of $1,119. And from what I know, I would say it's definitely worth that, right? People are searching for home health in Phoenix, and I know that there are companies that make a lot of money providing that service. So again, the idea here is you could invest in this name and you might have a winner there, right? In terms of GoDaddy's estimated value, it's kind of a rule of thumb, right? It's an automated value. Nobody's sitting there running analytics on these names and putting these numbers up. So it's done by their automated system. It's done by a computer. So you have to keep that in mind. Things I would look at to really determine what the value are is I would go to Google and I would say, okay, how many people are actually searching for Home Health Phoenix? If people are actually searching for that and companies are bidding on that as a Google ad, then I would say, okay, now, yes, this definitely has value. I would also go and look and see, when I type in Home Health Phoenix, what comes up. So in fact, let's do that. Home Health Phoenix. So this is interesting, right? So now we see we have ads. So visitingangels.com, you see that it says ad, Loving Senior Care Homes, that's an ad. Home Health Care, that's an ad. Cypress Home Care, that's an ad. So now what this tells you is, hey, these people, these companies are actually bidding on this term, home health care. So to me, that says, okay, we definitely have a viable keyword. Now, I happen to have a keyword tool installed in my browser, so you're probably not going to see this on yours, but this kind of tells me what the trends are for keywords or for the home health Phoenix keyword. It's been pretty steady, right? I mean, in this area, we have a lot of home health. We have a lot of seniors here. And then this also tells you what are some related keywords. Home Health Phoenix, AZ, Best Home Health Care in Phoenix. I'm going to show you another tool, actually. This tool is called archive.org, otherwise known as the Wayback Machine. So I'm going to go there, archive.org, and I'm going to type in homehealthphoenix.com, and see what comes up. So what this does is this is a repository of a lot of websites. It doesn't have everyone, but sometimes you can look and say, okay, what was on this website? So this will tell us, was it a real website? Was it a for sale? So this says it used to redirect to acahealthservices.com. Now I'm going to copy acahealthservices.com and open that in a new window. Oops, I don't know why that went there. That was supposed to be acahealthservices.com. Okay, well, so they're still in business. Maybe this is just a domain they decided they didn't want any longer, right? So we're going back to archive.org. And let's see, we go back to 2018 and see what it looked like then. You see the little blue dots there. Okay, so it looks like it always just forwarded to acahealthservices.com. So you know what? It's $5. I'm going to buy it. Do I want it? Do I want it? I should really do one more thing before I buy it. I should really go and do a Google search, because what I want to know is, yes, people are searching for home health, but I would want to know how many people are searching for home health versus home health care. Not that I would want to own home health care Phoenix, but home health care might be a stronger word. So I'm not going to buy it just now. I mean, it's tempting to buy it because I want to say, hey, let's buy something cool. But let's keep looking. So home health Phoenix. I think that's a reasonable one. Hair salons Phoenix. Um, at first glance, it seems like a decent one. Hair salons Phoenix. However, plural names are kind of unique, right? If it said hairsalonphoenix.com and you owned a hair salon and somebody typed in hair salon Phoenix, you'd want them to come up and land in your business. Hair salons Phoenix, it's that's really a better name for like a directory of hair salons, right? You wouldn't call your business like Auto Shops Phoenix. You'd call it Auto Shop Phoenix. So, like I said, hair salons is decent. You'll notice, and very likely because of the plural, or because of the search volume. I don't know. I'd have to do the research. But that one doesn't have as much value according to GoDaddy. So let's keep going. See what we can find. And once you get good with this, you really kind of just roll through this. I've got lots of searches set up. Let's see here. Phoenix probate leads, Phoenix recreation, Phoenix capital Kenya. Finally, Phoenix Paris, Phoenix Aces, the Phoenix massager. Anything with the in front of it, not a great name because somebody may have the domain without the, and so you don't want to be confused with somebody else. Tree service, phoenixaz.com. So, a couple things. One is we've gone out of the closeouts. So the ones that we could buy now and own, those stopped at $11. Once you get to the $12 bids, now you're going into a situation where you could be bidding against someone else. So just keep that in mind. This is a little long, right? So having the city is great. Having the city and state abbreviation is a little longer. So again, that's not an optimal domain. If it were, and also having the city in front of the service. So Phoenix Tree Service is more valuable than Tree Service Phoenix. Just so you know. And there's all these little rules, right? So hopefully this helps a little bit. It helps you kind of see what it's like to do this research on a daily basis. This is just one for Phoenix, but let's say you were into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually still really, really popular, and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency domains are really, really popular. But once again, I can't emphasize this enough. Don't buy domains in an area that you're not familiar with, that you don't really understand the industry. And definitely don't invest in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency unless you fully understand that, because my estimation is that more people are losing money there than making money. I could be wrong, but I don't believe I am there. So I'm now sorting by price to see if there are any low-priced Bitcoin domains. Let's see, buybitcoinkuwait.com, buy Bitcoin Dubai, buy Bitcoin Qatar. None of these are exciting. So I just typed in the name. I didn't even say I wanted .com. So this would be an example of what is an absolute horrible domain. claim-bitcoin-gold-blockchain.info, right? You never want to have a sentence, and you never want to have a bunch of words separated by hyphens and then to have them end in a .info. You couldn't pay me to take that domain. Let's see here, NJ Bitcoin Center, and I should have said I don't expect any good Bitcoin domains. People that understand Bitcoin don't let good Bitcoin domains expire. So most of these are people that speculated because they heard Bitcoin and they thought it was a great thing to buy, and so they ended up with these horribly long domain names. And that's not to say that you can't find a gem, but you really have to know what you're doing there. So hopefully that helps. Now, I'm going to list some services in the description of this video where there are some folks, and they're folks that I know. Actually, And they curate these domains. They use automated programs to do searches, and they pull out what they believe are the winners. So please check the links in the description of this video, and you will see links to a couple sites where you can click and you can find their daily picks of expired domains, not just from GoDaddy, but from a bunch of different sources. So hopefully that helps you on your journey, and I wish you all the best. The other thing you'll find in the description of this video is a link to DN Academy, DN referring to domain name. DN Academy is really, it's the best training out there on domain names. When I started in the industry, DN Academy didn't exist. I'm thankful that it does. I am a member / student of DN Academy. I'm a life member, which means as they update their content, I get that. The guy that runs it is an amazing person, and have a lot of respect for him, Michael Seiger. And so there's also a link there. And if you're really serious about investing in domains, making money, I strongly recommend that you join the DN Academy, because what could happen is you could spend a lot of money speculating on domains and not make any money and get frustrated. Or you can spend a few $100s up front, invest in DN Academy, and actually learn how to invest in domain names and knock it out of the park and do really well. So thanks for your time. I hope that helped. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. Wishing you the best.